Revelation Unraveled, Part 9, Reestructuring the Text. For centuries, nearly 2,000 years in fact, popes, prelates, priests, and Protestants have tried to figure out the book of Revelation. Why has it been so difficult? How can there be so many different interpretations? The problem is that in most cases, these exegetes look at the unusual sequence of events and still maintain that St. John tells his story in chronological order. Even when analysts understand that the author relates the same events 4 or 5 times over, they still consider that at least the 7 seals, trumpets, and bowls are in the correct sequence. It will come as a great surprise to many that the 15 end-time chapters must be totally restructured in order to uncover their hidden sequence, because St. John organized them as a cryptogram. Like the end-time prophecies, which are shrouded within its pages, Revelation exhibits a surface order and a hidden order. The surface order is based on the number 7, 7 seals, 7 trumpets, and 7 bowls. 7 is the perfect number and has resonated with humanity ever since God gave Adam and Eve the 7-day week. Hidden under the surface organization of 7, the 15 end-time chapters of the Apocalypse are actually structured around the number 4. For each sequence of 7-fold events, 7 seals, 7 trumpets, 7 bowls, etc., St. John describes one additional unnumbered event placed between the 6th and 7th event, which adds up to a total of 8 separate occurrences. This makes it possible to break these 8 down into 2 equal groups of 4, which basically repeat each other. These 4 are separated again by a connecting section, which we will see later describes the 4 mysteries of the Rosary: joyful, luminous, sorrowful, and glorious. Thus, the 4 horsemen of the Apocalypse divide the 15 end-time chapters into 4, not 7, major subdivisions, which are separated again 9 times for a total of 36 individual segments. Because of this underlying 4-fold structure, I have rearranged the text so that the 9 sections, headed by each of the 4 horsemen, are placed in their approximately correct chronological order. For example, the 9 events which pertain to the great apostasy: the 5th seal, 1st trumpet, 5th trumpet, great sign, 1st herald angel, 1st bowl, 5th bowl, and harlot astride the beast, follow the 1st horseman, the white horse. This makes it much easier to understand the symbolism. Thus, when fire falls from heaven, a fairly common occurrence in the Apocalypse, the meaning is easier to extract when we know if it occurs during a physical or spiritual chastisement. A good way to understand the new time sequence in the Apocalypse is to place the events on a chart like a calendar. Revelation organized chronologically, the ROC chart, or St. John's cryptogram. The far left column lists the 4 seals, the 4 horsemen. They are denoted by W for white horse, R for red horse, black for black horse, and P for pale horse. The second column, the rest of the seals, including the interlude between the sixth and seventh seals. The third column, the first 4 trumpets. The fourth column, the fifth trumpet through the seventh trumpet, including the interlude between the sixth and seventh trumpets. The fifth column, the great sign, woman flees the dragon, 2 beasts, 144,000 saved virgins. The sixth column, the 4 herald angels. The seventh column, the 4 bowls. The eighth column, the fifth bowl through the seventh bowl, including the interlude between the sixth and the seventh bowl. And the ninth column, harlot astride the beast, fall of Babylon, Christ gathers army, and the final victory. All these events happen during World War III, when communism, the Scarlet Beast, obliterates capitalism, the Scarlet Whore. If we examine the aforementioned common occurrence of fire falling from heaven, when St. John describes a fiery object falling from the sky during the apostasy, it very likely represents a fall from grace. In this instance, Martin Luther. If it falls during the last Great War, World War III, it is undoubtedly a physical chastisement, in this case an ICBM. During the reign of the Antichrist, it would be wormwood, who is the false prophet. And during God's final judgment, it would again be a physical punishment, most likely meteorites from the chastising comet. It really helps in identifying the author's symbology to know its context. If the context doesn't automatically reveal the real meaning of an event, at least the ROC chart serves to exclude a lot of possibilities. One way to realize that the original text is not in chronological order is to look at the single most important event in the Apocalypse, the fall of Babylon, capitalism, which occurs in chapters 17 and 18. In 17 verse 1, an angel says, "Come, I will show you the condemnation of the great harlot." Yet an angel declares back in chapter 14 that great Babylon is fallen, which is in the past tense. Also in chapter 16, St. John states, "And great Babylon came in remembrance before God." Again, Babylon's destruction is remembered before it takes place. When we reorder these passages according to the ROC chart, St. John's cryptogram, they all occur after the correct general heading of the second horseman, the red horse of war.